In the previous videos about Bandura, we talked about the human agency, we talked about the triadic model, the person, environment, and behavior, and we also talked about our self-efficacy. So we now move on to moral behavior. So let's talk about something that is sensitive, moral behavior. According to Bandura, morality is not automatic. Hindi siya bigla na, "Uy, lumitaw ang aking morality." Yan, hindi yan automatic. It is learned through what? Yung ating morality is learned through modeling. Meaning, children don't just listen to what adults say. They watch what adults do. So, hindi sila basta yung naririnig nila, yung napapanood nila. Sasabihin ng isang parent, "Huwag kang magsisinungaling." Pero yung same parent na yun sasabihin dun sa phone habang may kausap, "Sabihin mo wala ako." So, boom, modeling in action. Second, siyempre reinforced socially yung moral behavior. 'Pag yung bata nagse-share ng toys tapos sabi ng mga tao, "Good job," yung behavior gets strengthened. So when someone cheats and classmates praise, "Uy, ang galing mo, nakalusot ka." Naku, that behavior can also get reinforced. So morality grows in social feedback systems and environment. Kung yung honesty ay valued sa loob ng isang classroom, edi yung honesty tumataas. Pero ang corruption, if normalized in a system, moral disengagement increases. Environment sets the tone. Technically speaking, moral conduct develops through observational learning, social reinforcement contingencies, and contextual normative structures. So, class, remember, morality is not just internal conscience. It is shaped by models, by feedback, and by culture. That's why leadership matters. That's why parenting matters. That's why systems matter. So remember, behavior spreads because of people, leaders, parents, teachers, systems, and the whole society. And that's how our moral behaviors are being shaped. So it's either napanood natin or pinuri or yung environment ang nagsasabi sa atin. So now we enter the dangerous zone, which is moral disengagement. Bandura's powerful idea is this: people don't usually wake up and say, "Today, I will be immoral." Instead, they disengage their moral standards, meaning they temporarily switch off their internal guilt system. Paano yon? Mechanism number one, moral justification. Nagsinungaling ako, I did it for a good reason. I cheated because the system is unfair. I shouted because I care about discipline. Moral justification. The harmful act is reframed as noble. Bad behavior becomes for a cause. Nadja-justify yung bad behavior. Mechanism number two, bakit may moral disengagement? Diffusion of responsibility. Hindi lang naman ako lahat kami gumagawa. So when responsibility is shared, the guilt becomes diluted. The more people involved, the less personal accountability is felt. Group cheating, diffusion of responsibility. Group corruption, diffusion of responsibility. Same psychology. Mechanism number three, dehumanization. Instead of person, they become what? Hindi person, kundi problema, kalaban, obstacle. So when empathy decreases, harm becomes psychologically easier. Hindi naman tao yan problema ko yan, kalaban ko yan, balakid yan. So hindi ko yan titignan na tao. Kaya kahit gumawa ako ng hindi moral, okay lang. So dehumanization removes moral self-sanctions by stripping your targets of human qualities. Hindi naman yan problema nga yan, eh, hindi naman yan na tao. So hindi ko yan tuturing na tao. Mechanism number 4, euphemistic labeling. This one is subtle. You rename the behavior. Hindi to lying, white lie lang. Hindi to corruption, diskarte. Hindi to bullying, asaran lang. Language softens the act. And when language softens the act, guilt softens too. So to summarize, moral disengagement is not the absence of morality. It is the suspension of moral self-regulation. People don't change their values, but they reinterpret their behavior. And once that misinterpretation happens, almost anything can be justified. Tama pa rin itong ginagawa ko. That's why awareness is critical. Because once you can detect the mechanism and you can interrupt it, that is what we call moral agency. Kapag napapansin mo na, oh, justify lang niya. Oh, ini-spread niya yung responsibility, hindi lang naman daw siya eh. Oh, kalaban naman daw yung ginawa niya nun. Balakid. Oh, ano lang naman daw yon, diskarte lang. So, yung moral disengagement nagagawa na niya and nagiging less guilty. Kasi na-justify niya ang mali, tapos sinabi niya hindi lang siya, tapos siya kasi ang may kasalanan at siya talaga ang kalaban and binago niya yung word. Hindi yan cheating, collaboration lang. So again, remember, we talk about diffusion of responsibility. It means what? Letter A, taking the full blame. Letter B, sharing accountability to reduce guilt. Letter C, ignoring the rules. Or letter D, moral reasoning. Of course, the best answer will be letter B, sharing accountability to reduce guilt. Let's now go to question number 14. Calling corruption a shortcut is example of what? A. Dehumanization. B. Moral justification. C. Euphemistic labeling. Or D. Conditioning. Alam natin na ang tawag natin dito ay, kumbaga binago mo yung tawag eh. So this is letter C. Euphemistic labeling. Next one, we talk about the question, moral behavior in Bandura's theory is primarily learned through what? Letter A, genetics, namamana from one generation to another. Letter B, instinct natin to for survival. Or letter C, is it pertaining to modeling? Or letter D, punishment lang siya. The best answer to this is... The answer is letter C, modeling. So right now we are going to summarize. So let's land this plane properly. What did we learn? Learning integrates behavior, cognition, and context. Yung iniisip mo, yung kinikilos mo, tsaka yung ginagalawan mo. Hindi lang to kagaya nung sinabi ni ng classical conditioning or operant conditioning na stimulus response. Hindi lang to thinking, no? So, kumbaga, it's the interaction of mind, environment, and behavior. So, social learning theory, social cognitive theory tells us we learn by observing. We watch, we encode, we imitate, sometimes consciously, sometimes automatically. And then, our beliefs shape our action. Self-efficacy, napakahalaga, no? Yung paniniwala mo na kaya ko to, that will influence your action. Effort influences outcome, and outcome reshapes your belief, never-ending loop. And finally, tayong mga tao, we are the agents. Hindi tayo passive recipients ng environment. We are intentional. We plan. We regulate. We reflect. We influence our world while our world influences us. So remember, you are not just reacting to life. You are a participant who is shaping our environment. And that is Bandura. Social, because of your interaction with the environment. Learning, you learn from your environment in the same manner that it learns from you. And this, knowing that we have the human agency, we know that we can shape this world. And that is psychologically empowering.